We shall see John Milton's Lycidas in detail. So Lycidas, John Milton had written a poem called Comus, and then after that it was written in 1634, and then he had decided not to write any more poems till he completes his long narrative poem, that is Paradise Lost. But then the untimely death of his best friend Edward King, who studied with him in Cambridge University, made him to write this poem, this pastoral elegy, Lycidas. Elegy is a poem that is written mourning the death of a dear friend or a relative or anyone dear to you. And then pastoral elegy, the setting will be in pastoral. Like for example, if they, as of here, they say they go together to Cambridge University, they studied in Cambridge University, but then here it is referred that they together go to the same hill, and then they herd the sheep together till night, etc., from early morning till night, etc. So this pastoral elegy will be in a pastoral setting. Now we shall see this poem in detail. Yet once more, O ye laurels, and once more, ye myrtles brown, with ivy never sere, I come to pluck your berries harsh and crude, and with forced fingers rude, shatter your leaves before the mellowing year. So he is referring to these plants like this from nature, these plants. He is invoking them to inspire him to write poetry, and then he also says that he has come before the mellowing year, before the right year he came for harvest. Like before he planned to write poetry, he is coming to write this poetry as well. Bitter constraint and sad occasion, dear, compels me to disturb your season dew. It is this bitter occasion, this bitter constraint and this sad occasion of the death of Edward King that compels me to write this poem. For Lycidas is dead, dead ere his prime. Lycidas is dead. Here Lycidas is the pastoral name of Edward King. So Lycidas is dead, dead ere his prime. So before his prime age itself, he has died. Young Lycidas and hath no left peer. He has left no one, no peer he has left. Who would not sing for Lycidas? He knew himself to sing and built the lofty lame. He must not float upon his watery bier, unwept and welter to the parching wind without the need of some melodious tear. So Lycidas himself knew to sing. Who would not sing for Lycidas? He himself used to sing, and then he should not be left without any dedication. Begin then, sisters of the sacred well, that from beneath the seat of Jove doth spring. Begin and somewhat loudly sweep the string, hence with denial vain and coy excuse. So may some gentle muse with lucky words favor my destined urn, as he passes turn and bid fair peace to my sable shroud. So he invokes the sisters of sacred well. Sisters of sacred well are the nymphs who inspire poetry. So in Greek mythology, so then he's referring to sisters of sacred well, asking them to inspire poetry in him so that somebody else will also dedicate a poem when he dies. Now next is they are referring to their relationship, like how they together studied in Cambridge. Here they are referring that they went for herding the sheep. For we were nursed upon the self-same hill, fed the same flock by fountain shade and rill, together both ere the high lawns appeared under the opening eyelids of the morn. Early, before the sun rise, we used to go together to the hills. We drove afield and both together heard what time the grey fly winds her sultry horn. This refers to noontime, battening our flocks with fresh dews of night. So till night, fresh dews of night, till night they used to herd the flocks. Off till the star that rose at evening bright towards the heavens descent had sloped his westering wheel till sunset. Meanwhile the rural ditties were not mute, tempered to the autumn flute. So the rural people, the rural deities, they used to sing song accompanied with the flute. Rub satires dance fawns with cloven heel. From the glad sound would not be absent long, and all Damaters loved to hear our song. So the satires, like they are the wood gods. Okay, fawns are like half human, half god, etc. creature. So they all used to sing, and then all Damaters love to hear our song. Damaters refers to an elderly person, and then Damaters here is a pastoral name. But oh, the heavy change now, thou art gone, now thou art gone, and never must return. The poet is acknowledging the fact that Lycidas is gone and then he will never return. Thee shepherd, thee the woods and desert caves, with wild thyme and gaining wine overgrown, and all their echoes mourn. The entire nature is mourning your death. The willows and the hazel copses, now he is referring to like how is the effect of his loss, shall now no more be seen fanning their joyous leaves to thy softly. So the willows and the hazel copse, usually they used to fan their joyous leaf in the leaves, hearing to your song, but now they will no more be seen like that. As killing as the canker to the rose, as killing as the fungus to the rose flower, or taint worm to the weanling herds that graze. So how the worm will affect the herds, like the calves. How frost is to flower, and how thorns, sprouting of thorns is to plants. The same way, such Lycidas, thy loss to shepherds ear, such Lycidas, the loss to your loss to a shepherd's ear. Now, next portion we will see in the next video.